Welcome back and thank you. This TV3 New Day and thank you to Grant Park Clothing at Dan Suman for my outfit 020-985-5696. Again, 020-985-5696. Also, special good morning to Dr. Nana Dankwa of the McDank, yeah? That's Vic Dank Clinic there, liver specialist, Dr. Nana Dankwa. Good morning to you. But speaking of which, we get into a health conversation. There are sugar-sweetened drinks, which has become the new ish beyond the conditions that we know, heart attack and all those things, and it's been a great concern because it's one of the non-communicable issues that we have to be faced with. And you have 4 organizations coming up, or if you like, specialists and professionals coming together to talk about these things using scholarly advocacy and also educating the public to know the dangers involved in being latched onto sugar-sweetened drinks and also what we can do going forward into that. So the organizations joining hands at the School of Public Health, the University of Ghana, the Ghana Public Health Association, the Ghana Non-Communicable Diseases Alliance, and the Ghana Academy of Nutrition and Diabetics. These guys are very, very interesting. I've been joined in studio by Mr. James McKeon Amoa. He is A4H project lead for the Ghana Public Health Association. Good morning.
Morning,
Thank
John.
you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Why do you want to destroy people's businesses by talking about sugar-sweetened beverages and calling them harmful?
This is an interesting question. First of all, when we talk about sugar-sweetened beverages, we are talking about those liquids that are sweetened with sugar. And usually when you check the labels, they come with different names. So you may not see sugar written on it to indicate that there's sugar in it. They write molasses, sucrose, they are all sugar added to it. Now, there's a global concern.
Right.
WHO is concerned about it. Even World Bank is concerned about it. That the health implication of these things is there. And if you can take them one by one, let's look at something like obesity.
Right.
The more you consume these sugars in beverages, increases your weight. Obesity, diabetes are major causes for the non-communicable disease you mentioned, cancer, stroke. And so there's a need to protect the people.
Right.
So we are not destroying their business. We are telling people that this is are consuming. The more you consume, the more you put yourself at risk of getting so many communicable diseases. Therefore, watch out. And I think it also be a way for those producers to see how they can do reformulation or reduce the sugar content in them so that the harm they are causing people's life will come down. That's
basically what you're doing.
Exactly.
You mentioned obesity, and it's a big problem. You find a lot of slimming tea going around, gym, and people staying on a certain diet. How beneficial are these if you still consume sugar and come back to it?
So oftentimes people think that once they exercise, they burn all of them, but that's not the case.
What's the case?
So when you consume, the body absorbs them, and for these sugar-sweetened beverages, once they enter the body absorbs them immediately, unlike when you eat your bakun or your bread that the body has to digest before. So it's stored in your body in different forms. Some are stored in the form of a fat, some are stored in glucose in different forms. So when you exercise, the body releases what you need to sustain for the exercise. The rest still stays within you.
Okay.
So it's not like I open the tap, everything comes out. No, they are still stored in the body. The body has a way of giving you what you need in order to be healthy or active for that particular exercise. So people climb the Green Mountains, they come down, they take in beer, drink these things, eat or move to, and they think they've burnt the calories. No, they are still being stored. So many people have pot bellies. They're looking very big. If you want to check your body mass index, check your weight, divide by your height square, realize that obesity greater than 30 is increasing. And the more obese you are, the more you are likely of getting stroke, cancers, kidney failures. They give you diabetes.
So basically, you guys are saying people should not chill.
We are saying that go for a healthier option. And there are so many healthy options.
Like what?
Water.
Water.
Exactly.
So I go out with my friends and then I buy a bottle of water.
So get a bottle of water to drink, get yourself 100% fruit juice, get fruit yourself. So buy watermelon. Let them slice it for you. Watermelon, or bananas, add apple to it. You should
go to the beer bar and drink banana juice.
So you can go, alcohol has its place. And there's even discussion about how alcohol is affecting our health. So if you want to chill in a way that you will not have health implications. So let me give an example. Right now, the cost of treating kidney failure is very high. So for example, if you go to where I work, for example, you need 3 sessions of dialysis in a day, in a week. and you need about 975 Ghana cedis for that particular week. So will you chill, drink these things, and then go and be spending 975 cedis every week? So weigh the advantages, disadvantages. Right? So do I chill now and suffer later, or I will be conscious of what I drink, reduce the quantity I drink. So someone says every lunch I must drink a bottle of sugar-sweetened beverage. Right. If I don't drink, I cannot eat. So will you chill and then later have a health implication, health effect, and I'll waste all your money on it? That's the question.
Some people say something must kill a man.
Yes.
So say what you want, they will do as they want.
Okay, so two things. Before you die, what happens? So let me give you an example of a man I know who was my patient. He sold his house, sold his cars, sold everything to treat kidney failure. And he still died anyway. So he left the family without anything. People struggle to die in hospitals. The pains they go through, those who are doing chemotherapy in our hospitals. And you see the pains they go through. Some of them wish they had died, but the death hasn't come yet. So something by all means must kill a man. But how do you die? Number two, those who are your dependents, how do you leave them? Right. Do you leave them miserable? Or you be proud to say, I'm dying all right, but I leave my family with something they can be proud of?
In an African society where to be identified as a big man, you need a pot belly like that of Andani, for example. How do you convince people to move away from that?
So we need to, that's why this project is creating awareness. You don't have to have a pot belly to be seen to be affluent. No.
Okay. But that's what's happening now.
So look at the other big people, those who are rich in the world, who are not, let's say, Africans or those with Bill Gates and the others. The one who did Facebook.
Jack Ma.
Do they have a pot belly? They don't. So it's not the pot belly that shows that you are affluent. But we need to, it's a way of socializing our people going forward, that you don't have to have a pot belly to be seen to be affluent. No. But and it's not really about money, but what you are made of.
How does sugar or the sugar-sweetened beverages aid in somebody, for example, getting diabetes?
So you call them risk factors, right? If you consume, and if you take enough of those sugar-sweetened beverages, for example, an average soft drink, it has close to 9 teaspoons of sugar in it per 330 ml. So if you take 2 bottles, you are taking 18 teaspoons of sugar. Once it enters your stomach, the body absorbs it easily. So it doesn't have to go through digestion process. Right. That's why when somebody has low sugar and the person faints, for example, once you give the person a soft drink, the person revives because the sugar goes immediately into the blood. So the more glucose you have in your blood and you are not burning it, then it saves them and you have more blood sugar in your blood. Then you say you have diabetes. And this I'm talking about the type 2 diabetes, which is more of lifestyle. So the more you consume this, you know you're adding to the sugar in your blood. You are eating bread, you are eating banku, you are eating rice. That also is generating glucose into your blood. So you're having more blood, more sugar in your blood, more than what the body needs to work. So look at an example of you have a polytank, you fill it with water, keep filling it with water, keep filling it with water, and it's full. The water by all means, the polytank may burst because there's too much. That's what happens in our bodies. So there's more sugar in your blood, you have type 2 diabetes, and so many complications. It can give you eye problems, kidney failure, stroke. They are all things that...
Erectile dysfunction.
Yes, and even infertility in some women are all due to some of the consumption of these things. So we are trying to create awareness that please, once you consume, think about all of these. And if possible, avoid them.
There are those who don't consume sugar-sweetened beverages, but they would like to take the hot ones. So they take shots. Do they also stand the risk of having sugar in their system?
So one shot is alcohol?
Yes.
Yes. So
but they take the shots, like two thoughts.
Every day?
4 thoughts.
There's one thing I see about healthcare. We have different bodies, and our bodies work differently. So if you follow someone, may make a mistake. So someone may take a bottle of alcohol, nothing will happen to them. Someone takes half and then has a problem. But at the end, what is the effects on you? So liver disease a lot is happening these days because of alcohol consumption. So is it possible to avoid alcohol so that you have a healthy liver and live healthy and do your work? There's a study that was done by the World Bank. The amount of time lost due to ill health, it's in billions of dollars.
That's right.
So if you are sick, for example, you can't come and do this show. And so your viewers will lose seeing joining on the show.
You too, if you are sick, you can't be
I can't also be talking about. So we need to put all of this in perspective. It's not only about you. by about.
How about the children whose parents give them sugar sweetened drink every morning to take to school? They pack their lunchbox. There's something in there. Their snack box. Something in there.
And we are talking about parents not to do that because, one, these drinks have caffeine, most of them, and they have become very addictive. So the child starts from childhood drinking these things, they'll grow with it. Now, children have an advantage over adults because they are very active, so they burn a lot of these sugars. Even these children these days are not as active as we were when we were growing up because now they have their tablets, they come from school,
That's right.
they are watching. So they are not even burning the glucose you are giving them. So parents should look for another option. Can we give them fruit in the schools? Can we even blend? We can blend fruit for them in the house without giving them these sugary drinks. At times, if it's a storage, let's see how we can store such that there will be no food poison at the end.
Tooth decay. Let's talk about it.
Yes.
Can they have an effect?
Yes. So when you drink these sugary drinks, they lie on the white part of our teeth, called the enamel.
Okay.
Right. And then bacteria works at places that are very moist and sweet. So they work on your tooth, and with
Bacteria likes moist and sweet things.
Yes. So while they're in your mouth, then they work on your enamel and create holes in them. That's why even our children who take toffees, most of them have the scarlet teeth and have holes in their teeth. So that's also a problem that comes with it.
What about those who go to work and they can't stay a day without drinking at least 3 cups of coffee or tea while they're in the office? They think that it's part of their work life.
Yeah.
What do you say to them?
So you can drink tea. I don't know how people can drink tea without sugar. Once you add sugar, it becomes sugar sweetened beverage. Now, how much teaspoons you put in the tea? So there's a need also to look at how much you put in it. The other thing that we are seeing now is the issue of people drinking energy drinks. So they haven't eaten, they are taking energy drinks.
Yeah, with meat pie.
So as they're taking these energy drinks, 2 things are happening. They are depriving the stomach of what it needs to work. So when you eat, the body, like for example, you chew yam, the body adds saliva to it, so that just starts from the mouth.
Right.
It gets to your stomach, it adds the juice to it, and then it digests
It's a catalyst and it digests.
When you drink these things, the stomach is still empty of food. So the juice will be produced in your stomach. It leads to ulcer because there's nothing in there, but the acid is still being poured in it. In addition to you having the stomach ulcer and that, you also become addicted to it because it's very addictive. So every morning you have to drink these energy drinks, and it contains about 13 teaspoons of sugar. If you take 330 ml of it, so I give yourself diabetes, I give yourself ulcer, and all other issues that comes with it. So we must plan our day so that we can have our breakfast. We can have our breakfast in the morning. Once you have your breakfast, you can work, have your lunch, drink water in between, and that's how we can stay healthy.
Gout.
Gout, yes. Yes.
Let's talk about that. Does it also come as a consequence of this?
Yes, we used to call gout the rich man's disease because they used to drink these things. Right?
Arthritis, gout.
But now everybody gets it. So the more you consume, it leaves crystals at your joint. So your joints becomes, the crystal forms on your joint, it becomes painful, there's inflammation, and people even lose those parts as well out of those things. So the things are many.
There are many.
There are many.
Heart diseases.
Yes.
Is it also a consequence?
It is. It is.
How?
So I mentioned that the blood glucose, which like the glucose that enters, the sugar that enters our blood becomes glucose, leads so many non-communicable diseases, including heart-related issues. So they are all part of the problem.
So now what do you people want us to do?
We are saying that everybody should be conscious of what they eat.
But what we eat is what you're asking us not to eat. The things that are available for us to buy readily. You want a snack, you go to the meat pie shop or the bakery, and they give you meat pie or Rockies or whatever it is. And they are selling all these things that you say we should not take. So now what should we do?
And John, the other things that are also available. If I want to eat Gary and beans now, I know where to get Gary and beans to eat.
Yes.
If I want to eat yam, I know where to eat.
You take your time. You wait up to some time before you go and take it.
But John, you see, this is also expensive. Now, I know some of them are selling 5 Ghana cedis. With 5 Ghana cedis, you also get kinky and fish to eat or something else that's healthier. We are saying that these things have a health implications. Plan your day so that you can have your breakfast, have your lunch, have your dinner if you can't afford. But drinking these things will supply the energy you need, but has another effect which later may become very expensive. So think twice. That's what we're trying to say.
There are people who are latched onto glucose the glucose that you guys give sometimes in the hospital, and they buy it and they take it as often as they can. What do you say to them? Is that also sugar sweetened?
No, glucose is a form of sugar, right? They may take it, but I don't know why they are taking it. Is it to give them energy to work? Why don't you eat so the body generates the energy it needs, right? So, and some of these things I think you may need as and when you have a problem. So let's say someone suddenly has a low blood sugar, can give the person glucose to revive the person goes back its normal form of eating. But to say that you now rely, your source of glucose in your body is soft drinks, is energy drinks, is this sugar sweetened beverages, is this glucose that you take, then there's a problem. Because then the general body suffers at the end of it all.
So what's the way forward?
So this project is doing two things. We are creating awareness on the fact that these sugar sweetened beverages are so harmful. That's why you mentioned that everything SSBs are very harmful. And they're indeed harmful. There's research all over. You can Google it and you read a lot about it. So we are saying that individuals should take their personal decision not to overly consume or, if possible, avoid these drinks to stay healthy.
When you say overly consume, how do you mean? So if I take every day, I can, for example, take 3 times a week now.
So the WHO says that you need about 12 teaspoons, not more than 12 teaspoons of sugar in your body a day.
Okay. And you say one contains 13.
So for example, take energy drink, it has 13. So it's even more than that. And some people take more than 2 energy drinks in a day. And even add other soft drinks. So you can say now, I'll do one a day. And even with time, see how you can even do half diluted water to reduce the sugar content so that you can stay a bit healthy.
That concept. So people come to your events, you give them, say, a soft drink, and then they pour part of it, they add water, they drink it, and then they pour the other half, they add water and they drink it. So essentially, they would have drunk the full bottle that you gave them, and then another full bottle of water.
Yeah.
Have they reduced the quantity of sugar?
So ordinarily, if the person had not done that, I mean, he might have drank about 2 of the drinks you're giving to him. But once you add water, you dilute it. So you take half, and then they may not even finish the other half and walk away. It's a way of reducing the amount you are drinking, unlike drinking the whole concentrated drink without adding the water to it. All right.
What's the next point, the way forward?
First, we are creating awareness. Secondly, we are working. You see, this is a global problem, and there are worldwide strategies we are using. If you check other countries, they have instituted tax component on these sugar sweetened beverages to discourage people from drinking. Mexico has done it. Even in Africa, Nigeria has done it. South Africa has done it. We're also seeing how we can create awareness within the powers that be, so that we can have a tax on these sugar sweetened beverages. It's a thing we are trying to. Because see, the government and the society must protect its people. So there was a tax on alcohol. There's a tax on tobacco. Now the consumption has come down. So the person who has 5 Ghana cedis cannot buy a drink at 5 cedis because now the price is 7 cedis because of the taxation. So there's a reduction in consumption.
People still buy or worse.
So someone who
you don't go out.
So John, let me ask an example. If this thing costs 1 Ghana cedi,
yeah,
and you have 5 cedis, you can buy 5. If it's 5 cedis, you can buy only 1. So the person can buy or but will not drink the quantity he will have drunk if the price was still the same price. Yes.
What do you say to those who believe that brown sugar is a better sugar than white sugar?
They're all sugar.
They're all sugar?
They're all sugar.
How do you mean?
So the brown sugar, this is what we even realized from our studies, that some just add color to it. So add color to the white sugar to become brown sugar. But the actual brown sugar used to have molasses, which was not refined, unlike the white sugar. But they are all sugar. If you consume more of that, it's the same as consuming the white. So now
you've realized that people are adding just color to
yes,
give it that brown pigmentation,
yes.
and that's it.
Even with honey, for example, there was recently someone told me that people are not harvesting the original honey from the bees. Some are melting sugar and adding other things for it to look like honey. Foam.
I had foam.
Exactly.
Right?
So we cannot even trust what we are taking. But once you know that this thing has sugar, and the fact that if you drink more of that, it has an effect on you, just calm down on it so you can stay healthy. The benefit is not only to you, but to the whole country, and to the family, and to all those around you. That's what we should look at.
What kinds of fruits are we looking at? My final question, maybe.
So in every region, there is fruit that are available. In our tropical zones in Ghana, there are so many fruits available. Banana, pineapple, watermelon, oranges. Just go to the market. They are all available. And they come in season. So for example, if you're within the mango season, get more of the mangoes to eat. If it's banana season, get more of the bananas to eat. With that, you can indeed stay healthy. There are healthier options. Even these local drinks they do, Sobolo, and the others. They're all healthy. But others are now adding too much sugar to become very sweet. Let's reduce the sugar in those ones and then drink them. We'll stay healthy. Yes.
Okay. What do you have to say about sugar cane? For those who like it,
yes,
buy sugar cane. Are they also chewing sugar sweetened fruit?
No. So sugar cane has the form of sugar the body can easily work on. Right? So when you chew the sugar cane, you're exercising your jaw. Once you chew and then it gets into your stomach, the body is able to work on it. But the difference between the natural sugars and the refined sugars is that the refined one goes straight into our bloodstream and creates the problems that it creates. But those sugar cane, even mango has more sugar even than some of these drinks, but it's one that the body can easily work on.
Mr. Makionamwa, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Johnny.
I was grateful.
Thank you. And let me say this briefly before I go.
Okay.
As part of the advocacy, we'll be having a float in Accra on the 15th of November.
Oh, there's a float?
Yes. To create awareness, we'll start from Circle, move through the Central Business District, Adabaka to Ministries, and then back to Circle. We've done one in Accra and in Kumasi, we've done one in Tamale. So other things we are doing to create awareness. I think we need everybody, journalists, everybody, to add their voice to it that we can get people to stay healthy so the country can be developed. Thank you very much.
People who will sponsor you, you say their drinks, they are dangerous to us. How would they come and sponsor you?
They should do reformulation. Reduce the sugar content, and then you'll be okay with it.
Thank you very much. And I see you, Dr. Nana Dankwa of VicDank Healthcare. Dr. Victor Nana Dankwa of VicDank Healthcare. They are liver specialists. And good morning to you from Edem and myself here at TV3. We'll see you after the break. There's more here on New Day.